Welcome back to Discourse of the Wind, the journey of elevating your mindset and life skills through the lens of classic literature and modern insights. Today, we're diving into a question that many of us have asked ourselves at some point. Where does the real motivation come from? The answer I want to share with you lies in the book that has touched the hearts of million people in the world, The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. Maybe you will dream of living a different life, the one with more freedom, more meaning, or at least a goal that makes you wake up every morning with a smile. But then life squeezes in work, responsibilities, and obligations. At 20, we asked, what do I truly want? At 25, we wonder, have I actually tried my best? At 30, we worry, it is too late to start over. The Alchemist is a simple but deeply moving story about the journey of a young shepherd named Santiago in search of his treasure. But this treasure isn't about wealth, it's about motivation, purpose, and more importantly, the inner calling. In this video, I walk you through the core meaning of the story, Santiago's psychological turning points, the lessons about intrinsic motivation, and finally, how you can discover your own personal legend and find the courage to pursue it. One day, he dreams about a treasure hidden near the Egyptian pyramids. The dream awakens a fire within him, a desire he simply cannot ignore. And from that moment, his journey begins. He sells his flock, takes the gold coins his father gave him, and sets off. Here's a subtle but powerful detail. Santiago wasn't pushed by external forces. He didn't begin his journey to prove someone wrong. He didn't chase wealth to show off. He acted because of a dream, an inner calling. And that calling is the source of intrinsic motivation that Paulo Coelho wants us to understand. Along the way, Santiago faces everything: swindlers, loneliness, exhaustion, heartbreak, and moments of despair. He even considered giving up, settling for a stable life as a cradle shop merchant, or staying forever with Fatima, the girl he loves at the oasis. Here, many readers see themselves, the constant weighing of what they gain and what they lose. Most of us hesitate to start something simply because we fear losing what we already have, which are income, stability, and relationships. But the Alchemist asks a different question. If you abandon the dream, can you truly be happy? And is the regret of never trying heavier than the pain of failing? Through the character of the King of Salem, Melchizedek, Paulo Coelho tells us, every person has a personal legend, a deep inner purpose, and once you begin pursuing it, the entire universe conspires to have you. But first, you must take the first step. So now, let's get started with the story's background and the main character. Santiago was born into an ordinary family in Spain. His parents wanted him to become a priest, a safe, respectable path. But Santiago chose differently. He chose to become a shepherd, to wander, to watch the sky, and to listen the rhythms of life. What is real motivation? Intrinsic and extrinsic. We need to distinguish between two types of motivation. Extrinsic motivation driven by money, reputation, social expectations, or pressure from others. It can push you for a while, but it fades quickly and often leaves you feeling empty once the goal is reached, because the goal wasn't truly yours. Intrinsic motivation comes from passion, curiosity, and the dream that means something to you. This is the most enduring source of energy. Santiago's journey is powered by intrinsic motivation, a dream that calls from within. Paulo Coelho shows us that when your actions align with the inner purpose, you naturally become patient, resilient, and willing to learn. Hardship stops being an enemy. It becomes a part of your training. Even the tedious work of the crystal shop becomes a stepping stone towards Santiago's dream. Modern psychology agrees people will persist longer when their goals connect with personal values. Intrinsic motivation helps us absorb failure as lessons and stay steady in the face of external judgment. Lessons on letting go and making choices. Another profound message of the Alchemist is the idea of letting go. Santiago must let go of many things: his beloved ship, his sense of safety, and at one point, even his love. But through letting go, he gains something greater: the understanding that the true treasure isn't gold, but the journey, the growth, the ability to recognize the language of the universe, the way the world speaks to the soul. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means stepping out of the comfort zone to open new possibilities. Here lies the real-world paradox. Sometimes, clinging too tightly to what feels safe is exactly what destroys the future you could have had. That's why real motivation sometimes comes from the gentle whisper inside you, a kind of inner calling that gives you courage to leave the familiar shore behind. How to find your intrinsic motivation and begin your journey. So, how do you discover your intrinsic motivation and take the first step? Here are some practical suggestions, inspired both by the Alchemist and by real modern life. 1. Listen to your dreams. Write out your earliest dreams you loved when you were little, things that made you forget about the time. Ask yourself, if no one judged me and money didn't matter, what would I do? 2. Start with a small step today. Santiago's journey began with one concrete action. He sold his flock. Your starting point doesn't have to be dramatic. 30 minutes a day on a project, a course, or reaching out for advice is enough. 3. Let failure be a teacher, not a final judgment. Along the way, you meet squirmers, lose money, and face moments when you just want to quit. But just like Santiago, see it all as part of your initiation, a phase where you pick up new languages, new abilities, and slowly turn yourself into a better version. 4. Build your own rituals to keep your fire alive. Journal, revisit your goals each morning, or find a supportive partner or community. Motivation fades if not maintained. 5. Honor the value of the journey. Pause occasionally and ask, what have I learned? How have I grown? Because in the end, the journey itself is the part that transforms us, not just the destination. 4. Build your own rituals to keep your fire alive. Journal, revisit your goals each morning, or find a supportive partner or community, because motivation fades if not maintained. 5. Honor the value of the journey. Pause occasionally and ask, what have I learned? How have I grown? Because in the end, the journey itself is the part that transforms us, not just a destination. Questions for reflection and a gentle encouragement. Before we close, here are some questions for you. Not to answer immediately, but to think about them the next few days. What truly moves your heart? If no one judged you and money didn't matter, what would you choose to do? What are you willing to let go of for that dream? And what are small steps can you take today? Remember, motivation isn't something you find and keep forever. Motivation is something you cultivate, a process of listening, acting, learning, and continuing. The Alchemist isn't a technical manual for material success. It's a love letter to dreams, through the inner calling and through the quiet power of the journey itself. Santiago returns home with treasure, yes, but the real treasure is that he had fully lived every step of the journey. If you found this video meaningful, feel free to support the channel with a small like. It's a gentle push for me to keep creating thoughtful content for you. If you have read The Alchemist, share the moment that touched you the most. If you haven't, I truly recommend spending 2 quiet evening hours with the book and let your heart listen. Thank you for staying with me until this moment, and remember, be brave enough to take first step no matter how small it is, because that single action may be the spark that ignites your true motivation within.